33 minutes after 5 on a Monday. Good morning, everyone. You're listening to the Zone Out Podcast. My name is Jonathan, and I'll be the new head coach for the Cowboys in the XCFL. The Zone Out Podcast will basically be used to take an in-depth look at America's team along with the league itself. So today I just want to make it real quick. I just want to do a real fast episode. Basically, all I have on my agenda right now is just to introduce the podcast. I want to give out a few highlights of my team and the schedule. And I basically just want to wrap things up. I got some really big time restrictions right now, so it's really limiting what I can do. So just please bear with me. Wasn't able to really figure out a lot of ways to polish the podcast and make it look real good and sound real good. So this is basically what I had to throw together real fast. So like I said, please bear with me. Know that time restrictions were playing, and let's just jump right into it. So started off, welcome to the Zone Out Podcast. Like I mentioned, I just want to follow the career of my coach, and I want to highlight other things that are going on around the league. I hope to be able to post a new podcast every, about 4 weeks in the regular season, and maybe every 2 weeks once we enter the postseason. And then after that, I want to wrap up with the podcast after the offseason, recapping where the team is at and how everybody did along the way. I'm talking schedules, win-loss, playoffs, free agency draft, all those fun things. So in the future, I'd also like to get some fun things out. I want to do a lot of power rankings. I want to do a lot of interesting game highlights, and I want to talk a lot about the league stories itself, all the content that you guys are putting out there along with myself. I think it'd be really fun to highlight some of that, and I already see a lot of interesting stories developing as the league is developing now. So let's just jump right into the roster team breakdown. So obviously the team is centered around the run game. This is the Cowboys. We're ground to pound. Zeke is a threat. Zeke is a monster. He is sitting at 92 overall. He's sitting at 23 years old. He's a superstar. He can really do it all. He can break tackles. He can run fast. He's got really good agility, good carrying, all the moves you can think of. He's got pretty good injury too, so he should be a good 3-down running back for the Cowboys. And then, of course, in front of him, running backs only as good as his line's going to let him. We got, in my opinion, the three best offensive linemen in their respective positions. We got Tyron Smith sitting at left tackle. We have Travis Frederick holding down the middle of the offensive line. And we have Zach Barton, who I believe is the best pass-blocking right guard in the game. And to accompany those guys, we have fresh new rookie Connor Williams sitting at left guard. It's going to be an excellent addition to this team. And then at right tackle, we have our weakest spot, still a strong one, La'el Collins. Even my weakest offensive lineman I can't really complain. I know a lot of guys are dealing with 60 overall starters, and that's tough. Playing in the preseason, I actually learned how tough it is to be playing with a 60 overall starter. So, yeah, I feel for you guys. Offensive line is going to be very important this year. Moving on from that, we have the captain of the ship. We have Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's going to be really, really keeping this team afloat, and he is our savior to get us to the playoffs. So he's going to be solid. He's got good mobility. He's got good short accuracy. He can throw pretty well under the pressure. His medium and deep accuracy is not bad, but they definitely need some improvements. Playing games, he misses a lot of throws that could be game breakers. So, and then he's got pretty decent injury as well, so he should be able to stay out for the entire season. We're kind of hurting at wide receiver. We have a lot of good depth. We have a lot of good players, but we don't have the one guy that can really step up and take over a game, which in my scheme play hurts. I really rely on having one excellent wide receiver and then the rest kind of just being average. So that does hurt me. So we have Allen Hurns, we have Cole Beasley, we have Terrence Williams, and one of my most favorite prospects on the team is Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup's kind of like a below-the-radar type guy. He's a 6'1", 22-year-old rookie receiver. He's 73, quick. He's a possession receiver, so he fits my scheme. A lot of people probably overlook him because he's an 89 speed guy. He's not very fast. He won't blow the top off the defense. But he comes in very dependable day one. He's got 81 catching, 81 catch in traffic, 84 spec catch, 78 release, 80 short, 78 medium route. This kid can really do it all. And he's got some good ball carrier vision and elusiveness and carrying and stiff arm, break tackle, juke, spin. He can do it. He can just do it all. So I'm really excited to play with this guy. When I'm playing with him in practice mode, I mean, he is just balling out. So you can definitely expect this guy to find a starting role in my offense week 1. Another weapon that I found in my offense that I kind of overlooked for a little bit was the wide receiver Tavon Austin. Now I overlooked him because I didn't see him. I knew that the Cowboys traded for him, but I don't know, it just didn't trigger in my head. But Tavon Austin is actually an 84 overall running back and a 71 overall wide receiver. Now, even though he's a 71 overall wide receiver, he is my fastest guy sitting at 94 speed. So he's going to be seeing a lot of play all over the field. He's going to play a little bit of running back. He's going to play a little bit of wide receiver. He's just going to be everywhere. If I can find a way to get him the ball, he's going to be a playmaker for my team. My last preseason game, season week 2, he actually had 4 touches for 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards. This guy was an absolute animal. So here's an interesting guy. We have Jacob Hollister. He was a tight end that was dropped from the Patriots roster. Sitting at a 72 overall, I quickly signed him up. I love this guy. I loved him last year, and I think he's going to do well for my team this year. So tight end is my weakest position on the offense. After Jason Witten left, it really hurt the team. So Jacob Hollister is going to be a nice fit for the team, and I think he's going to get the start week 1 over Swaim. Swaim's still good too. He's going to have his role play because he's a great run blocker. But Jacob Hollister is going to be that go-to receiver for Dak, which he's going to desperately need. Other than that, that's about the offense wrapped up. So we're going to step over to the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to start the talk off with DeMarcus Lawrence, who is he's a great pass rusher. He's 26 years old, 91 overall, star development. He can attack the passer. He can stop the run. He can do it all. He's going to be expected to be signed very quickly. Opposite side of him, we have Taco Charlton, last year's first-round pick. Kind of disappointing season for him last year, but hopefully we can turn that around with this new coaching in here. He's got good speed for the edge. He's got good finesse moves, but that's about it. He's got solid tackling as well, but he can't really stop the run. And he's good. He's good. He's going to stay on the field because he's got really high injury. He's a prospect, and if he can grow, that's going to be a major weapon for the defense of the Cowboys. So we also have David Irving on this line. He's an 83 overall, 6'7" monster. He's got great strength. He's got good tackling. He's got solid power moves and really good finesse moves. So he can really attack the passer from the interior side. I think he's a really underrated pass rusher on the Cowboys team. If I can just bump his block shedding up some so he can stop the run, plug up those run holes, I think we have a really great guy here. So expect him to get signed as well. And so now we're going to move on to Jonathan Hankins. Jonathan Hankins was the guy I took with the first overall pick in the free agent attorney draft. Jonathan Hankins was someone I wasn't too sure if I wanted to grab because I have holes at safety or concerns. But at 87 overall D tackle, it was really hard to pass up the best guy on the board. So Jonathan's sitting here at 26 years old, 87 overall, quick development. He's a run stopper. He's got great run stopping ability. He's got 93 strength, 90 block shedding, 89 play rec, 86 tackle, and he can even rush the passer at 77 power moves, which isn't great, but it's a good start. And being able to stop the run like that, having a power move, that's pretty solid is a plus for me because he was really drafted just so he can stop the run. So moving on to that, we're going to go to our linebackers. So my favorite guy on this linebacking core right now is Jalen Smith. Now, I've been playing with Jalen Smith in my Madden games for a while, since he was a rookie, and I've been in love with the kid ever since. So having him on the Cowboys now when I'm taking over is really fun. I expect him to grow a lot. So sitting at 77 overall, he's going to be my starting right outside linebacker. He's got quick development. He's great in pass coverage. He's my scheme fit. Starting off with a 78 zone coverage is wild. 84 speed, so he can get around the field, and 86 hit power. He can really put a hit on you. I expect a lot of things from Jalen if he can just stay healthy and stay on the field. Same with Sean Lee. Sean Lee's a run stopper as well. He's 32 star. He's killing it at 96 overall. He's a 94 tackle, 97 pursuit. Not the greatest hit power, but he's got really good play rec and awareness, 97 on both. So he can really find his way to where he needs to be. 90 block shedding to get off a block, and he can make a tackle. He's going to be a great run stopper for my team. But the same with him, he's just got to stay healthy. Leighton Vander Esch is the new middle linebacker. He's awesome. I think he's going to be great. He's 6'4", 21 years old, 75 overall starting off. He's got good speed. He's got good acceleration. He's got good jumping. I think he's going to be a monster. I think if people try to test him too much, I think people are going to really pay for it because I think he's going to be able to surprise a lot of people. On top of that, the secondary looks great. I had a lot of corner depth, and since Byron Jones was the safety last year, I was able to get him back at safety, so he's going to be my starting free safety. And I had taken Xavier Woods and put him over as strong safety, so he's going to be my strong safety since he's a little bit slower and he can hit a lot better than Byron. And he's still got good zone coverage, so I expect a lot of things out of him. So that leaves that corner. We have Chidobe Awuzie and we have Jordan Lewis, who are going to be pretty solid at shutting down passes. And then behind them, at a slot, we have Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown's going to be a monster. He's got 95 speed, good zone, good press, good play rec. I think that's pretty solid. I think the biggest holes on my team would be wide receiver. I could really use a better wide receiver to take over. Tight end is a hole, and in my particular scheme, I would love to have a true shutdown island corner, and I don't really have that. That would be a really nice addition. But I mean, if those are the holes on my team, just looking for upgrades at positions, I'm doing really well. I think my Cowboys come in around middle of the pack. I'd say around 15 to 18 in rank team overall. And that's basically because, we have some really, really good players at their positions, but we also have mediocre players at others. But those lower rated players have the potential to blow up. Like Taco Charlton's only a year in, Jalen Smith's only 2 years in, Vander Esch is a rookie, Chidobe Awuzie and Jordan Lewis are both 1 year guys, I believe. I mean, there's the talent and the youth on this team. This team used to be a fairly old team, but I think they brought in a lot of youthful talent, and I think they're really going to blow up. So, with that all being said, I think that's going to conclude our podcast for the day. I appreciate everybody hanging out and listening along. And I'll appreciate feedback too, so feel free to add me in the chat and let me know what you liked and disliked. And like I said, hopefully I'll be back making another podcast in about 4 season weeks. I'd like to do like a monthly recap for the team and the league and just see how everything's progressing and how everything's going, and keep my eye on a lot of notable targets around the league, see how players are progressing. So with that, I'm going to be out here, guys. Everybody have a good day. Take care, and I'll see y'all in the chat.